Good morning, fellow option traders. Welcome to the daily scan for Friday, April 12th, 2013. Yesterday turned out to be kind of a fun day, and we're going to be looking a little bit in detail at the Amazon trade that went against me. But the other ones that I had concerned about pretty much fixed themselves, which is kind of a welcome thing to have happen. So that's a good thing to be said about panic. Do not let panic. Don't make decisions when you're afraid. Of course, sometimes you have to, but hopefully you make the right decisions. Okay, let's take a look at the market for this morning. I would call this probably flat to maybe down a little bit. A little peek at gold at 1545. The rumor that I heard is that some country or something like that is dumping a bunch of gold onto the market, which is keeping the prices down. Because with the dollar weakening, gold should be going up. If the dollar truly is weakening, I don't really follow it very much, but that's the rumor that I heard. And oil is down to 92.45, as pretty much reflected at the gas station. So for the commuters out there that are listening in, if you have to drive a lot, you're probably relatively happy. It's funny how it works out, though, because you keep getting higher highs and lower lows, but when you get those lows, you're happy, even though the price keeps going up. I think it's just kind of human nature, I guess you could say. Let's take a look at today's schedule of events. We have Producer Price Index, which is sort of a pre-inflation. We have retail sales, and then a couple of lesser impacting, traditionally, consumer sentiment and business inventories. Retail sales, take a little bit of it. I wanted to make a comment about this. Retail sales, month-to-month change, they're actually expecting it to be not changing. And if you look at the chart, at least at the bars here, at the month-to-month change still is relatively good, because the previous month was almost at 2%. So I don't know exactly what it is that they're saying here, but I like how they take certain things out, like less autos and gas. And I think they ought to add a new category, and that's less smartphones, because I think people spend a lot of money on smartphones. I think that I'm probably one of the, that I'm technology oriented. I'm not ignorant of technology, but I don't have a smartphone. And I have to, if I'm with somebody that has one and I need to know something, I ask them. I just simply don't feel comfortable carrying that much information about me around in something that small that could be, well, if you get, mugged or something happens or you lose it or whatever, there's that thing out there that has access to a lot of your personal information. And I'm just not comfortable about that. So I'm going to stick to my regular old Samsung flip phone that, I keep upgrading it, but it's getting harder and harder to find a phone that is not smart. So I, go into the Verizon store and say, all right, let me see your line of stupid phones. And they know exactly what I'm talking about and bring me right over to the 2 or 3 that they might have offering for my upgrade. Okay, enough about that. Let's take a look at our current accounts. There's nothing here that flags anything as of this morning, but I wanted to point out this Amazon here that's showing at 9:44, and I want to tell you that yesterday it went against me. So let's go here. That's Priceline. Let's go to Amazon. Take a look at the chart. You can see that it just like the day before it was right up against the short strike, and yesterday they just blew past it, and on a fairly strong day too. So unfortunately I couldn't get to it early enough, and I didn't have an alert on this. I should have had an alert on this yesterday, but I didn't get to it early enough, and I couldn't do anything about it until mid-afternoon, like around 1:30 or so. And I saw that it was looking pretty strong. I mean, if you look at this intraday chart hourly, it's just like marching right on up. So I figured that I would just buy back the short and let the long ride. And when I watched that, I want to show you how I set up the charts in order to do that. The first thing I do, let's see, what is the first thing I do? First thing I do is I have a style where I have no studies. So this is what you're looking at now is my dark chart setup, but I have one that has no studies. It just saves me the time of having to go through and shut all the studies off. So what I do is I click on that, and then also the next thing I do is I take off this link. I unlink it from anything that I click on over here or any other chart or anything else. So I unlink it so that I can do whatever I want here. And then I go in and I put a period in and AMZN and then 13 because I'm looking at this year. So I have an April expiration that I am long right now. That call is long. It's a 270. So I click on the April 13, the regular expiration. It's a call, and it is a 270. Okay, so I get this thing, and I can never get rid of this unless I just go in and I delete it. So I delete open interest. Then the next thing that I do is I go to a 1 minute chart. Now when you have a 1 minute chart, bar chart anyway, and I'm just going to zoom in on this, you get these, it's really hard to see because of this. Let's get rid of this particular study here to theoretical option price. It's difficult to see this, so I changed my style over to I should say, yeah, where is it here? Chart type. I change it over to a line, and that way I can see, it changing, even if there may not be any volume in a particular minute, or there might be, you just never know. But at least you get something that you can follow along a little bit better. Then the next thing I do is I click on the wrench up here, and I want to see the sidebar, and I go over here and I click on active trader, and then I just turn this off, I guess you might say. Alright, and then on active trader, and I wish I had like a video of where it was before, but I currently have 4 contracts, so I change this over to 4, if I can click correctly here. And I also check the auto send because I don't want to have a dialog box popping up. So now, with the way that active trader works, the current price is $3.75. So if I go down below it and I do a sell on the sell side because I am currently long, so if I go here and it says it automatically will enter an order as a limit order, and on the buy side it automatically knows that you want to do a stop order if you're above the price and a limit order if you're below the price. It should do the same thing over here. I don't know why it's not. Oh, here we go. Yeah, probably because of the spread. If you go down low enough, it's going to automatically determine that you want to do a stop. So if you're here and you want to get rid of this particular, if you want to sell this, if it goes down to 345, all you have to do is just click it here, and I can do that now. And it will automatically put this order in there, and we can take a look at the order status and see that there is currently a stop order to sell for Amazon 100 April 13th 270 calls. So I'll just cancel that. And of course the same thing goes for the call side. So I can go ahead and just put that in here and say if it goes up to 425, and here it is. Here is the limit order at 425. I can just cancel that over here. Alright, so that's how I use it. Let's take the news off of here too, just to give me a little bit more real estate. So what was happening yesterday was, it was right around here, I believe, when I bought back the calls. The 9250s. So that was 265s. Wrong stock. The 265s, thinking of Baidu for some reason. And then of course I saw the long call go up, and then it came back, and then it went back up again, and then it came back down, and it settled pretty much around parity. So what I need now, okay, so what am I watching for? I have a certain price in mind for today. Okay, now let's go to the Analyze tab, and account statement. We got Amazon up. Right. Last 7 days, let's go back like 20 days or something. Alright, so here it is. I paid, let's make sure I got my numbers right here. I paid $1, or I got paid, I collected $1.20 on it. And then I turned around and I bought back the shorts for $6.30. So that really leaves me a difference of $5.10. So if I go back to my chart, I am looking for this to move up to, ideally, if I want to end up with no loss, I need it to go up to $5.10. So what I'll do for right now is I'm going to put a limit order in at $5.10. And there, my order is out there. Let's take a look. Make sure it's there. Let's just go here and say, let's look at working only. And there, my limit order is in there at 510. Alright, so what is the probability of it moving up to 510? And where does the stock price have to be in order to be at 510? Well, the first thing I want to say is normally I don't hold these overnight, but because it was so late in the day yesterday, I was not able to, capitalize on this during the day. Yes, I could have gotten out when it hit here at 420, and I would have recovered a lot of my loss. I would have walked away with probably, like $1.10 or so short on that loss. But I didn't want to do that because look at this. All it needs to do is just continue up. And my guess is that, well, I don't need to guess. Let me show you how to do this. We'll go over to the Analyze tab and we'll take a look at Amazon. Alright, so if we take a look at Amazon and we go to the Add Simulated Trades, where does Amazon need to be in order for me to get 510 for this strike here. Okay, so what I've done here is you can click over here in the layout and you can select theoretical price and mark. Alright, so today is the 12th. Let's add, say, $4. We're looking here at the current price is $365, which is what it says on this. Actually, it's sitting at $375. Bid ask, midpoint, I just don't know what exactly price it's using there. $365. If we want $510 for it, let's add $4 to the price of the stock. Oh yes, theoretical price is $5.99. Well, if the stock moves up $4 today, we'll get to our break even and we'll get out for no loss. And that's the best that I can really expect for today. So we're talking $4. So it closed at $269. So we need $273.81, right? And that's just simply a move up here, which is about half of this bar here. 273.81, I'm sorry. 273.81, right about here. So it's definitely can get up there. And we're just hoping that it moves up that way. But I'll be watching this at the open. If it doesn't look like it wants to make that move that I'm looking for, then I'll just simply get out and take my lumps on it. We're at 265, 272 for the bid ask, which is about 269, probably pretty much at the same price as last night. So we'll see how that works out. The other thing that I wanted to take a look at was the Russell trade, but I think I'm going to take a pass on that for right now because we're already way past 15 minutes into this video for today. So I think I'm going to not do a scan for today. You folks can do it on your own and see what ones you come up with. If you want to see how to do it, look at some of the past videos if you're not familiar with it. I'm not going to set any alerts for today. I just wanted to make sure that I covered this Amazon, and you guys can kind of watch Amazon yourself today and see if I'm going to get screwed on this really bad or not. Sometimes it happens. I've done this before and it's been relatively successful. We'll see if it works this time. All right, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great weekend and happy trading.